Good morning, Ringette fans. Welcome back to the Cambridge Turbos Hub here in Burlington, Ontario, in the beautiful Greater Toronto area. We have a matchup that we've seen before. Gatineau Fusion versus Waterloo Wildfire coming up here on your second day of our first hub of the season, or sorry, rather the 2026 year. My name is Emily Renenberg. I'll have the play-by-play for you, and I'm joined by the lovely Gerald.
Thank you very much. My name is Gerald Lamoureux, and I'll do the color commentating.
And you had the pleasure of calling the game yesterday,
Yes,
Gerald.
we had a fantastic game yesterday. These teams, I'll maybe just do a recap here. It was 7-2 for Waterloo over Gatineau. But trust me, what was on the ice was much closer than the score.
Well, I think there's going to be a few key points that both teams will have to watch. Yesterday, Kelsey Yolden had a hat trick, 5-point game.
Oh, okay.
Big lineup there for Kelsey Yolden. She had a high point game. You'll see Erin Markle here. She's another one of those players to watch, especially in this one. Prestigious background, national team experience. She's been playing well as well. Not necessarily getting all the points, but that doesn't mean you're not a good player.
Oh,
just
no.
Playing the support roles, and that's what's needed across the team.
Yep.
And then on the Wildfire side, they're going to have to watch this Chenier line here. So Emily Chenier, there's the forward line. There's two Cheniers. They're both sisters, Sophie and Emily. Emily's the forward side, but she had both goals in that 7-2 matchup yesterday, but they were both assisted by Moisin, number 6, and Violette, number 74. So that's a dangerous lineup to watch.
Correct. We did a coach interview with Paul Yolden there from the Waterloo team just before the game, so he's looking forward to a great game. He knows this Gatineau team can be very tough, so he said we have to work on all our angles for that.
And one of the people that knows the game well as Jacqueline Senior, one of the 3 players that's continues to play in this league since it was started in the early 2000s. On the other side, we have Chantal St. Laurent. She's one of the originals. So on both sides, both Jacqueline Senior bringing that veteran
we're
talent.
talking 25 years when we started the NRL, just the beginning of 2000s. So
we've had some standing shift throughout this matchup. The Burlington hub, the Cambridge Turbos hub here in Burlington, allowing these teams to get a better feel for each other. Some of them haven't played each other before up until yesterday. And as we look at the standings, Rifsud not playing this weekend, but with their 13 games, they're doing quite well. Mission slotted in at second. They're also not here today. So we're looking more at the 3 through 7 slots: Attack, Wildfire, Fusion, Capitals, and Turbos. So all those teams playing each other this weekend, if you've caught the earlier action. We have an additional game coming up after this one, 3 games today.
Yep.
And all important for seeding for the upcoming Canadian Ringette Championships in Ottawa, March 29th to April 4th. So as these teams get into the 2026 year, they're starting to realize, hey, these games are really going to count towards where we sit for nationals, and how we understand the other teams play and how we play as a team cohesively starts getting a little bit more important as we walk into this new year. And
I saw Lucy Ingoldsby just walked by me a little while ago. I'm not sure. Okay, me and Mark Bill have spoken about her yesterday. And here she walks into the building. We will talk into her later.
We love our Ringette community.
Lucy's done lots of commenting too at the different divisions.
There you go. So we have Waterloo Wildfire in white today. Gatineau Fusion in the dark blue. Teams are getting together for their pregame cheers.
We didn't have the national anthem last game. There was a technical issue, so I'm not sure if we're going to have one this game. So we'll have to see. Unless they just did them yesterday. They did them all yesterday anyways, the national anthems.
I think they're probably just going to start based on where the refs are standing. So Betke in net for Waterloo Wildfire, number 31, Rachel Betke. Her second year in the National Ringette League.
They played Georgia yesterday, two games.
And on the Fusion side, we have Gabrielle Edney, number 32. Looks like we'll just get the game started today as the players start figuring out their positionings. The ring will start on the Wildfire side. Again, some players to watch out here. You've got Yolden starting things out. She had a 5-point game when these two teams saw each other yesterday evening at 7 p.m. So they went to bed and they woke up and they're back on the ice together.
I know.
Wildfire takes that early ring. Yolden down the boards, drops it back to Martin. Martin tries to get over to Kiviaho. It's blocked off by a stick. Fusion now with speed. Moving things up to Forrest. Forrest coming up top. Drops it back. Just misses that stab. Good first attempt here by Fusion. Nothing on net, but had some speed. Wildfire. Short pass over the blue line. Kiviaho shoves it off to Yolden. Yolden, she's got 3 on. There's 4 playing in the zone, so that'll be a delay of game call. Early mistake by the Fusion. Wildfire just waiting for Betke to get off the ice so they can put 4 in, 6 on. Yolden now with the box up top with Nozzle. To Yolden. Yolden as the shot goes wide. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nozzle tries to pass it through traffic. The Fusion will pick it up. It's a delay of game call. Early mistake. That's tough. That's one of the ones that you can avoid very easily. You just need to count to 4. And unfortunately, it's a penalty if that 4th person engages with the play. So it looks like Sophie Chenier will be taking that first penalty for Fusion. Betke back in net. As Wildfire now takes it in the zone. Paige Nozzle makes the easy pass to the boards. Back to Nozzle. Nozzle now to Markle. Markle shoots. And Edney gets a piece of that with her blocker. Now back up to Nozzle. Nozzle shoots again. Hits traffic, goes wide. Markle to Nozzle. Nozzle to Anderson. Anderson shoots again. Goes just high above the net.
Wow, they're keeping the pressure on right away.
Fusion now trying to break out of the zone. Their player down. 1 minute and 27 on the penalty still. As Fusion tries to kill this. Now in the zone. Settling it down. Half the shot clock remains. Drop pass back to Chenier. Captain Chenier on the side shoots. Again, hits some traffic, but makes its way over to Betke, so she'll have the 5-second toss, finds some support. Moves it over to Bewald. Bewald turning. Neutral zone pass. Now in the zone with McLean. McLean starting the cycle. Time is winding down here. Coming across the top over to Jacoby. Jacoby has it. Back down low. Bewald had the ring. Got too close to the crease there. She had an opening. Just a bit too tight into the goalie zone. And that's blocked off by Wildfire. They'll regroup. Fusion didn't get an opportunity to leave their zone yet. Yolden now. Still on the power play, 23 seconds remaining on the penalty. Now into the center, fakes, Nozzle shoots and a save. Edney bites on the first go. Still manages to keep that one out of the net. Had to be sharp early here.
Great save.
Fusion trying to get that ring out, but with the player advantage, Fusion finding 2-on-1 here. And the time expires. We're back to 5-on-5 even strength play here in the neutral zone. Sophie Chenier trying to battle. Stays with it. Moves it over to Vandal. Vandal with some speed coming in all alone, but the triangle's trying to set up. Pass it off. The shot there goes wide. Wildfire putting pressure on in that boards. And Fusion will get a call there on the boards as well. Just a bit too much engaged, Gerald, with the body instead of playing the ring. That'll be a 2-minute boarding call.
Yep, that's correct. Took her into the boards, and then at the last second, she took her down. So.
And it's okay to use your body to what we call is a channeling. You channel the body.
Yep.
You can play the body, but not in the sense of pushing the body into the boards.
That's correct.
Yeah. So that'll be another power play opportunity here for Wildfire. They didn't get much of an opportunity on that first one, so first 2 minutes to try something out here in the zone with Paige Nozzle with the ring behind the net. She's with Markle and Anderson. Markle on the side picks it up, but no opportunity.
I interviewed her yesterday, Erin Markle.
Makes the fake drop, gets it over to Senior instead. Senior passing it to Anderson. Anderson cutting in low, gets the reset shot on the side. Just a little bit too much there for Markle as Q was on the line, and she'll do a swap into the zone to help support her team. Some pressure here from Wildfire. And a great stab there by Nozzle. Heads up play to keep that ring in her own lane.
She stole it. Oh,
and a great block there by Q.
And they stole it back.
No support.
And they stole it back.
No support, but fabulous back checking there. Puts one on it anyway. Betke's watching, no problem. Gets now with Fusion. Fusion in with some speed. Back pass over to Bewald. Shoots.
It was
an amazing save by Edney. That's the second one of the game. Sliding into that post.
That'll be a highlight reel, I'm
Pat
sure.
on the back from her teammates. That hurt me watching that.
I know.
Just the athleticism, fabulous. Edney has to be sharp early.
Here comes the replay.
Jacoby with the back pass over to Bewald.
It was
One
just the tip of her
timer.
glove. Oh, wow.
Amazing. Keeping this at a 0-0 game. 40 seconds in the power play. As McLean is pushed out by that D-center pairing. Jacoby slides into the middle. Can't quite get that ring, but bouncing out into Wildfire territory. Another shot attempt gets a reset here by McLean. She's looking. And then Bewald in tight to the crease. Didn't have too much to move around on that shot. Edney's in front of it. Still struggling here to get the ring away from Wildfire. Bewald staying on. She's on that glove side. A left-hander decides to drop it off for Yolden. She'll make the change. Yolden now with the cycle around. Time expiring on the penalty. Moving it over to Kiviaho. She fakes, comes up top, back over to Nozzle. Nozzle tries to get past the traffic. It's picked up by Vandal. Vandal had a keen eye on that ring. Kept that away from another opportunity here for Wildfire. Back to 5-on-5. Starting the cycle now, Moisin. 2 assists in the last game. Drops it back. A shot there low from Chenier coming in from the defensive position. Violette to Chenier, now to Moisin. Moisin shoots through the legs, had a look. Betke got a piece of it. Moisin up top, down low. Chenier couldn't quite get that one. Maintains it. Back pass across the crease.
Look at that back pass across the crease. That was nice.
You start to see a lot more of that in this league. Players are probably practicing that one, I imagine. I know from experience it's not that's the easiest one to do. And unfortunately, Waterloo had walked into their own crease, so Fusion maintains that possession there. Still looking for the first goal here from either side. St. Laurent.
Oh, almost scored on her own goalie.
Almost that bounced from St. Laurent's pass. A good stick there up in center from Nozzle, but Fusion with the agility. Moisin had the backhand shot. Doesn't get the reset. Continuing the cycle. Fakes it up top. Passes it low. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Winding down here. Moisin gets one on net. Not too much of a challenge for Betke. Easy toss out. Markle now. Long pass over to Anderson. Anderson. She's facing some pressure here. Drops it back to Markle. Markle has a lane. Decides to keep going. Keeps the feet moving over to Jacoby. Jacoby. Facing time, winding down. Bewald on the side. Tries to go far post. Just a bit too much. Picks up that ring. And it's blocked before it ever gets to make the net. So the shot clock will expire. Ring will get to go over back to Edney. Drop behind the net. With the support pass now. Fusion trying to get it out into traffic, battling. Forrest coming out with it, but she faces some adversity here. It
Both arms went up for the referees at the same time.
Boarding call.
Both arms went up right away.
Looks like it'll be B-Wald. Two minutes for boarding. This will be Fusion's first power play of the game. Oh, major. They've changed it to a major.
From behind.
See it? I didn't really see it because it was so close to the boards that the angle wasn't there.
That's why both referees went and chatted together.
Yeah. I've seen a few majors over the course of this weekend.
Yeah, so the far referee on this end had the view, and he had it from across ice. So
that's what your partnership's all about.
That's why they talk.
Fusion now. With the trailer. Drops it back. And another one down low. Pass.
Oh.
The shot off.
Tried the L, and some players might know the L that some coaches teach. Back pass, and shot.
Becky with the outlet down low. Hanson Fong finds the support. Just a bit too much there for Nozzle. Get picked up by a blue jersey. Forrest now to Plouffe. Plouffe fakes it. Decides to go for the skate. Drops it back to Chenier. Chenier quiets things down. Seagull makes the support to Chenier. Chenier to Moisin. Moisin fakes it, continues the cycle. 5 seconds on the shot clock, needs an opportunity here. Violette decides to put the low coverage down on that D. Helps generate that rebound for the reset here. Violette now through the legs, can't quite get it past Hanson Fong. The block's picked up by Wildfire. Kiviaho at center. Trying to find open ice, not forcing that. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remain in the major penalty to Wildfire. 13 seconds on the shot clock, cycle out wide. Drop back to Nozzle. Nozzle fakes it like she's gonna pass. Wants the reset shot, doesn't quite get there. And now it's a one-handed push that'll get called.
Now we got a hook to Waterloo, and I think it's Jackie Sr. going in.
And Moisin, she had a smart heads-up play on that because Fusion's already in the box.
Yeah.
Moisin wants to get rid of the ring as soon as she possibly can so that we can get the 3-on-3 opportunity.
Here it is, sir. See? Yeah.
Great second effort to push that ring up front, keep that momentum going because the play still hasn't stopped. Moisin, again, wants to get that ring over to the Wildfire to touch that as fast as possible. 2 minutes and 12 seconds on that initial penalty, and that's a major, so there's nothing getting cleared about that. This is the dream 3-on-2 for an offensive team. Defense they're in for
2 full minutes. They got 2 full minutes no matter what.
A long time. Becky was pulled to one side, a bit of an opening there. Couldn't quite get the stab. She'll try to get it over to Markle. Markle misses that. Now Fusion support with Vandal. Moving that back in. They've got time. St. Laurent up top. Fakes it. Puts it back down low. Just a bit too much there. Great second effort from Wildfire. 2-line pass. That'll get checked off by Markle. Scooped up by Chenier.
Nice defensive work just to get that ring loose. She should have fired down the ice, though. She only did the short pass.
1 minute and 19 seconds left on that initial penalty in the 3-on-2. Starting to settle things back down here. Chenier up top shoots. She's got that rocket. Goes a bit too high. Right idea. Triangle starting down again. Forrest. Chenier up top. Moving it down low. Chenier deciding to transition that triangle. Nothing generated there. Couldn't get the shot.
Yeah, they had 3-on-2. They didn't capitalize.
Wildfire doing a good job of pushing out a little bit wider, being a little bit more engaged in that defensive pairing to Fusion away. Nozzle just muscling through here. Wants to waste as much time with the ring as possible. Dumping it, that wastes some time, but holding it on your stick and skating it out wastes more time. 30 seconds remain on that initial major penalty that
19
started
left in the other
this
penalty, so.
3 minute, 3-on-2. Jenny, back pass. A shot on Becky there. Makes its way through. She gets it with the glove. Fusion
and
still.
Waterloo is killed off with 3-on-2.
Amazing defensive effort from Waterloo there. That is not an easy task by any means, especially with the powerhouse forwards that Fusion has here. Back to even strength. Still 0-0 as we get a minute remaining in this initial quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Yulden takes her way around the net. Drops it back for Senior. Senior fakes it, goes low. Didn't want to take the shot there. Nozzle didn't see it. Took that initial step. Couldn't get the reset. Edney needs to find a place for a blue jersey. 30 seconds left here as Sydney Nozzle fighting for that back check. Siegel to Plouffe. Plouffe now. Up front.
Oh, look at that lead pass.
It's a beautiful look there. Forrest just slotted herself right into the D.
Just made it over the blue lines. Talking 7 seconds. I think that period's going to be ending with no goals.
And still at center, over to Yulden. Last attempt on the ice.
I know, last good one.
Not too
shot
much
right
of a
on
problem.
target.
Well, Edney's been standing on her head so far, so no problem on that one. Great energy in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's been 0-0. I mean, in the whole period. I don't think all weekend we've had 0-0 periods. Not in the first period.
And so those of you that have been enjoying our coverage, we have excellent news for you. Excellent news for you. You get to tune in with us again January 17th to 18th in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The next hub will be hosted by Manitoba Herd. It's the next featured hub, so you will get to catch the action, not necessarily with myself and Gerald, but with some other fine folks out in the prairie provinces. So that has, you got some Ringette to look forward to on top of the Ringette you're already enjoying.
Yep, we're looking forward to seeing.
So again, another action-packed, energy-filled period, but no scoring. Both goaltenders standing on their head.
Glove save.
2 amazing saves on the post, keeping her team in this one. And what can I say about the Wildfire defensive pairings on that 3-on-2? They killed that almost 2.5 minute long 3-on-2, which it's just amazing. Mm-hmm. It's exhausting. I don't play defense for a reason. I'm just not built for that that kind of stamina. I'd rather be scoring the goals.
There you go.
But I have such an appreciation for all you defense players out there, man, especially on the 3-on-2.
I'll tell you,
that's a tough one. But you know what? On the flip side, it's very as Fusion, they got to be frustrated with that. I'm
sure because
the forwards, it's an opportunity that you should be able to capitalize on.
Especially 3-on-2, they got to capitalize on those, and they just didn't.
Yeah, and these two teams saw each other yesterday evening. Wildfire taking the win 7-2. Most of the scoring happening within the second and third period, so maybe we see some of that today.
Yeah.
Jacoby now. Looking for the support with Bewald. Bewald drops it back to Jacoby. To Bewald. Now down low to Jacoby. Jacoby firing it low. No bouncing rebound out of the crease. Edney keeps it to herself. Play moves up into center ice. And they place the ring out into the corner for St. Laurent to pick up. And Wazen tries the shot along that goal line. Can't quite get it there. Another one there on Betke, though. That gets the reset. Fusion wanting to regroup here. The full line change, center and forwards. On the fly here. Drops it back to Chenier. Over to Moisin. Moisin. To Chenier. Chenier looking, finding a bit of a lane block there, but Chestnut now swapping in. She's passing it off to Moisin, getting out. Moisin. Not too much power on that one. Markle staying strong on the ring. Here's the call from center ice. That's picked up with speed by Anderson.
Nice support pass.
Granger throws it down for Nozzle.
Yeah, and she was there to pick it up.
And over to Anderson, sliding save by Edney.
What a save. She played that corner well, but it was going.
That was a beautiful example of two players knowing exactly where they were going to be on the ice. That's that chemistry
right down
that you get.
The far long pass and then right across the ice again.
Absolutely. That pass was made without necessarily knowing it was going to work out, but that instinct obviously kicked in. And then Anderson cutting down low for that shot. And again, just another key save there, keeping this game tied. No score so far. Wildfire is going to have to try something new here, it seems. Usually that kind of quick tic-tac-toe along the low post works, but Edney standing on her head. Nozzle shovels it back for Yulden. Yulden. Nozzle. Nozzle over to Kiviaho. Just a little bit too much heat on that one. Fusion with Vandal. Banks it off the boards. Support drop to help support into that zone. Chenier moves it back to Moisin. Moisin looks, finds the center. Kiviaho standing strong. Drops it back to Sophie Chenier. She gets one with a reset there. She likes to play that swap where she's a defense, but she comes into the zone, gets the reset shot, not necessarily the looking for a goal, but she's not afraid to enter the zone, which is excellent. That's what you want from your defense. Down low.
Oh, almost missed the one-timer there.
Loof. Back to Forrest. Forrest, she got tripped up there by Duncan, staying strong on that low D. Another reset shot. Just batted in to Becky's crease by Duncan. Good heads-up play by the D there. Fusion fighting hard here. Plouffe battling. Benton Fong trying to get out of that pinch behind the net.
Yep.
Duncan getting tripped up.
Tripping penalty. Just enough to take her down.
Becky will head to the bench.
They don't have to pull the goalie, but if they want 6, they can pull the goal. They pull the goalie.
Nozzle screaming for that ring as she got off the bench on the change. Now she has it in the zone.
Let's see if they're going to put 6 or 5. There they got 6.
Nozzle setting up the box here with Markle. Markle. Nozzle. Nozzle shoots. Doesn't quite get through traffic. Battle up front. Puts the ring into Edney's crease, and that'll get the whistle blown for the delayed call. Wildfire getting the power play here off of
There's
the trip
in the legs right there. Yep, can't miss that.
Taylor Forrest in the box, 2 minutes for tripping. And there's 3 sets of sisters on the Fusion team. We've got the Moisin sisters, the Forrest sisters, and the Cheniers. So a whole family affair.
Jeez, carpools. And they can all share the same house, maybe.
Senior stepping into
or
the
share
zone.
the whole same hotel room, anyways.
Cost savings.
Save this some time. Yep. Save us some money.
Economies of scale. Senior now tries to break through, gets one. She gets to.
She was flattened, though. I think she's getting up slow.
Penalty called on that, actually.
Well, she was flattened. I think she's getting up slow there.
Yeah, she had 2 players collapse in on her.
So now we have our famous 3-on-2 that you love, Emily.
My favorite part of the game, Gerald. And again, I'm very biased because I'm a forward. And
look at that. She literally pushed her right down. Yep.
Yeah. So 3-on-2.
3-on-2 for Waterloo. Let's see how they're going to do this one.
Yulden will take the ring.
Most teams this weekend have used the static, was one person at the top and side passes. But we haven't seen a move yet, so we're looking to see if maybe someone will change things up.
Yulden up
this
top here.
This is called the static one here.
Nozzle shooting. Just wide.
This is called the static. Back to the top. And then
Nozzle, back pass over to the corner, shoots and it's in! Missed the initial stab. Fires it home after Edney slides over. Kiviaho getting the first one for her team. Finally beating Edney on that post.
Northern girl from Walden, Ontario.
And there's that backhanded pass. Just a little bit too much for Kiviaho to stab, but I think that's what made all the difference because
the goalie
Edney bit.
Yeah.
She would have had that initial, but had that half second not happen, Kiviaho.
The goalie moved just enough.
Waterloo up by 1. Fusion looking to respond here. One player still in the box. As they're picked off at center, there's no support here for Nozzle. She's got to keep skating around. Senior drops it to Yulden. 20 seconds on the shot clock as a fresh set of legs comes out off the bench. Bewald. Back over to Jacoby down low. Just a little bit off target. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jacoby. Back to McLean. McLean tries to bust through. Gets a shot. Bouncing ring. Doesn't quite make it. To the stick of the Wildfire. Now they regroup. Here's McLean again. Fakes the back pass. Looking up front for Bewald. Bewald's moving it over. It's Jacoby Bewald. Drops it low for McLean. Through the crease. Bounces out. Goes back in.
Oops.
Bewald with that second effort.
The defense had a
showing
challenge
that
with it,
energy.
so she was there to bat it out.
Chenier throwing on her jets there, but passes it off to Wildfire. They're still trying to regroup here, so don't immediately take advantage, but get the possession back with Markle now. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Markle. She'll drop it to Nozzle. Paige Nozzle. Fakes it. Tries to put one through the crease, but the stick of Edney keeps that with the blue. A bit of a fumble there. Some chaos trying to get the ring out of the zone. Fusion recovers.
Good check.
Chenier.
So I thought she lost it for a second there. Oh, that's a hook. Oh, they did. From this angle, it looked like it was a hook, but the referee saw something different from their angle.
Granger to Markle. Markle passes it low, and a shot from Anderson. She took that step forward. Edney prepared for that one.
Goalie played it well.
Challenging in her crease. Takes the 5 seconds just to, make sure the ring's still with her. So possession will go back to Wildfire. 1-0 for Wildfire. Just a few short minutes ago, they're looking for a second here. Edney making that a bit of a challenge. Kiviaho moves it to Yulden. Yulden doing the long cycle. Trying to call for support here with Senior. Senior walks in, shoots. Playing that transitional role. Now back to Yulden. Yulden down over to Nozzle. Nozzle drops it to Senior, makes the switch again. Senior tries to sneak it down low to Kiviaho on that post again.
Yeah.
Not quite there, but Senior doing that transition from D to offense twice. And that's really great heads-up counting by Waterloo Wildfire. They must practice that because they got to be aware of her doing the swap. Yulden fighting her way through, keeps it with her team. Nozzle now.
Jeez.
Moving it over, a delayed call on that play. As Yulden now settling it to McLean. McLean coming in, shoots, and that's in.
2.
Firing shot from McLean, 2-1 Waterloo. She come off the change, barely picked up that ring. It was kind of bouncing, rolling on her stick, but that worked in her favor. Shooting it hard on the ice, just right past Edney. You heard it hit the back of the net.
She had the opening and she went for it.
Just settling the ring in time to get the shot where she wanted it to be. I'm a big fan of the low shots. It doesn't always have to be something fancy. You just got to get it where there's an opening.
Yep. Over 60% of the game of the goals in Ringette are scored on the ice. Even though we have some amazing wrist shot shooters and backhand shooters, it's still over 60% are scored on the ice.
Forrest now with the cycle, halfway through the shot clock here. Passes it to Moisin. Moisin spinning. Tries to move the ring closer to the post. Goes wide. No reset there. Shoots. Now there's the fresh 30 seconds. They'll continue the cycle here.
Same player got her ring back, so.
Plouffe to Moisin on the short side. Another reset here. Forrest back to Plouffe. Plouffe shooting on the short side again. Becky was there. Ranger. Up to center ice, but Fusion doing a great job of zone coverage. They've really decided to take charge in the neutral zone and make it a challenge to get any rings out of that area. Winning those battles. Chenier now to St. Laurent. A bit too much for St. Laurent. Pass was a bit close. Now Markle bouncing it off the boards for support.
Pass. Right to the good speed. Because as the girl turned around, there it was.
Nozzle to Markle. Markle spins, gets the shot just past Edney. Another hard, low attempt. Makes the drop pass and a step up there from Sophie Chenier. She knew exactly where that ring was going to be placed and just walked right into that lane. Fusion. Looking on net now, passing it off to Sophie Chenier. Again, a D, but she likes to swap in here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gets an attempt on Betke. But good coverage here as Waterloo is trying to make a little bit of a change on the fly as well.
Yeah, they needed a change, so that's why they...
And now they're chatting away with Betke to make sure that their next one is solid.
Yep.
Continuous improvement, you know?
That's right. All the time.
Violette moves it over to Forrest. Forrest looking. Violette. Forrest. Moves it to Moisin. Moisin and loose ring out front. Violette saw it. Just a bit too high. But she's hunting in the center of that triangle with Forrest now. Off to the side. Shoots it. It's in. Sneaks past Betke. On the low post. Fusion, first goal of the game.
Who's that? Got that? Let's see.
Amanda Moisin, the goal scorer on that one. Forrest makes that cross crease pass. Moisin takes the second just to regain her composure, get the strength she needed on that. And that'll be the first goal here for Fusion. 2-1. Wildfire still leading. That'll be Moisin's 5th goal on the season. Bit of chaos there in the zone now as Fusion takes it back. Looking for an outlet there. A bit too much on that pass, but skating into it now to settle things down. Moisin wanted to get something net front. Senior finds it instead, moving it to Kiviaho. Kiviaho back to Yulden, over to Kiviaho. She's by herself now with Yulden, meeting her in the zone. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Drop pass to Kiviaho. Chenier couldn't touch it. Fed to Nozzle. Nozzle steps up, tries to make the backwards pass to save that ring. Yulden gets the shot. And that'll be in time for the reset. So Wildfire will get their possession back in the offensive zone. 1 minute and 40 seconds remain in this second quarter. For you new Ringette fans, we have 4 quarters in the National Ringette League, each being 13 minutes. So we'll have the halftime flood and then 2 quarters remain. So lots of Ringette to look forward to here as we start winding things down as Wildfire looks to increase this lead before they head to the locker room at the half on the cycle now. Coming up top, Ewald had some speed, cutting back. McLean goes wide. 8 seconds on the shot clock here. Ewald trying to get a pass here. Needs some traffic over to Duncan. Duncan steps in, gets the shot. Good transition from D to forward there. Fusion. Siegel drops it to St. Laurent. St. Laurent now drops it to Chenier. Chenier walks through, gets a bit of a shot despite the sticks. Beating her way. 4 seconds on this shot clock. St. Laurent feeds one through. Another goal on Betke. Shoveling it in is St. Laurent. And this game is tied. Same angle. Same placement. Just a bit of a powerful on the ice shot on that blocker side. Makes its way, squeaks its way really through Becky's pads. And we're all tied up at 2 with 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wildfire at the center. Senior pushing her way through. Keeps the ring. Gets checked off, but it goes down over to the crease. Pass over to Anderson. Edney's out of position. Anderson maintains it across the top. Finds the pass along the crease, and it's in! Chaos comes up strong. Wildfire. Seconds after being scored against to tie. A beautiful shot there with some patience. Aaron Markle on that second effort by Anderson to keep that play going. Edney keeps getting tested on that post. She's come up with a few key saves, but Markle just waits that half second because I think they've all figured out now that Edney can slide to that post, and if you just give it a second, the back of the net is yours. So 3-2 Wildfire. They start their lead once again. 16 seconds here as Forrest now moves across the way. Can't quite get the shot off now. Moisan took the top. Some great speed there. Fusion clearly motivated to tie this thing back up again before they hit the half. They'll get another opportunity here with St. Laurent being put on the ice. Pulling Edney 4-on-3 in the zone. Moving it down low. 6 seconds here. Forrest shoots, gets through traffic, bounces, hits the post. Becky will get a glove on it. A good use of the goalie pull to take advantage of that 4-on-3. Wildfire squeaking out the lead here in the dying seconds of the second quarter. Came into this one with a no-score first quarter. Now Wildfire up 3-2 as we take it into the half. Some key saves from both sides. Good energy. These two teams saw each other yesterday evening. Wildfire taking the lead 7-2. Most of the scoring happening in the second and third period. A lot of action in that one. A lot of action in this one. Again, 3-2 Waterloo Wildfire to Gatineau Fusion. Tied briefly, but that go-ahead goal from Aaron Markle keeps things moving for Waterloo Wildfire. We'll get another look here. Just a save, a key save there early on in the game from Edney. Again, able to pull that into that corner. Anderson with a look there, but Edney on the post. And there's that first look from Kiviaho. She takes that second because of that initial stab fumble. But again, Edney's been so good at just sliding to those posts, maintaining her position, keeping things out of the net, that extra second makes all the difference. There's McLean's first one of the game. Becky's staying strong here as well. That was Fusion tying things up 2-2. And there's that big goal by Aaron Markle to make this a 3-2 game. Again, Wildfire learning that Edney's going to be on the post, so just take that extra second. You can still do the tic-tac-toe, cross crease, but just wait for her to bite on it. And we want to give a big thank you to the Cambridge Turbos for all their efforts in hosting this hub and the collaboration with Burlington to host this one in Burlington during the Burlington Blast Tournament. I hope some of you can join us in person or have joined us in person. We've got a couple, this game to finish off and then one more starting at 1 p.m. So lots to look forward to. And the Burlington Blast Tournament is happening all weekend. So 6 local rinks across the area. Come check out some ringettes. And thank you to the Cambridge Turbos for hosting this one. So after we get this flood, we'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to the half. Waterloo Wildfire versus Gatineau Fusion. We have a player interview for you down at ice level with Jarrett.
Actually, we have a coach interview as I've got Kerry Hartley here from the Gatineau Fusions. Kerry, what brought you to the Gatineau Fusion team?
I mean, it's pretty close to Ottawa, and I've had a lot of experience with a lot of the girls in the team through some of the national team programming, so they asked me to come on board, and I happily accepted.
Fantastic. And what were your thoughts coming into this weekend?
We were coming in, we've had a month break like everybody else, and we had to travel, obviously, drive to get here, and so we were just hoping to kind of get our legs under us and try to get back into the habits that we had been developing before Christmas.
Any high points or low points about this game so far?
I think this is pretty much the game we expected. We played Waterloo last night, and we know when we give them space and we let them be comfortable that they'll execute to perfection. So we were just trying to get in their face a little bit more today, and we got to stay out of the box so we can stay 5-on-5. When we're at 5-on-5, we're at our strongest.
Fantastic. Good luck in the rest of the game, and good luck in the series all the way to the Nationals.
Great. Thank you so much.
Fabulous. Thank you, Gerald. We'll have action back for you after this flood. Gatineau Fusion versus Waterloo Wildfire. Wildfire taking the early lead, 3-2, a close game, lots of energy, lots to look forward to. See you in a bit.
They're just superhumans, and they come from a humble background.
Seeing my sisters make big teams, it made me realize even though we're from this little province, you can make your dreams come true if you work hard.
They just love the game so much.
8 seconds remaining. Snowden with a shot.
This past season, the two of them scored 97 and 96 points each. That's in 24 games.
My earliest memory of Ringette is my dad making an outdoor rink in the backyard.
Our older sisters did not go easy on us. There was no mercy in our family.
She knows what I'm capable of. I know what she's capable of.
So they've always been really close. Moncton sisters ready to take on Ringette World.
All right, in. This is the game we came here to play, guys.
They said that if she got another concussion, she'd never be able to play Ringette again.
Oh, nice break.
I'm always scared they're gonna get hurt.
When we first started the Atlantic Attack, we were at the bottom of the barrel. Now we can actually compete.
People sacrifice a lot for the sport.
I am just realizing now everything that they had to go through in order for us to just play a simple game.
I love you!
It's always been about togetherness.
You said it once and you said it before, them Snowdens are not too bad Ringette players.
All very, very good players. All spend a lot of time at the rink. I know that these younger girls have spent a lot of time watching their older sisters play, and it's fun to watch them in a very nice family.
Exciting action here in Burlington, Ontario, the Cambridge Turbo Hub. We've got our second game of this Sunday morning, 3-2 Waterloo Wildfire. Started things out with a 0-0 first quarter. All of the points came in the second. Waterloo coming up by 2 initially, then Fusion deciding to tie things up, and then Waterloo at the last few seconds of that game, that quarter, taking the lead 3-2 with Aaron Markle, third goal on the season, just firing it past on the low post despite Edney standing on her head. We'll have more action for you in the second half of this game just shortly coming up. Stay with us. Close one here, Burlington, Ontario at the Cambridge Turbo's hub, first NRL hub of the 2026 year. Hope you've all been joining us at the half, but we've got an exciting second period, or third quarter, second half coming out for you. Waterloo Wildfire with a small lead, 3-2 over Gatineau Fusion. We'll send you over to a blast from the past as we wait for action to start again. Enjoy.
When Sports Weekend asked me to come and cover Ringette, I had the same question everybody else had. What is Ringette?
I don't know. Do you know what Ringette is?
I really don't know.
I guess something to do with a ball. I don't know. Hey, what do you think?
Girls play it? It's girls hockey. That's what it is. Isn't it?
But the process of moving the ring down the ice is what makes the game of ringette different. You know, in hockey, they have an offside where a player cannot cross the blue line before the puck. Well, in ringette, that's out. No player in ringette may carry the puck across any line. One of the more interesting stories at these championships is about number 2, 17-year-old Brita Lind of Saskatchewan. Through the skills obtained in ringette, she is looking at a possible scholarship to a university.
Well, I have a chance to go to Harvard, to play hockey. The coach phoned me, he said that I went first on his recruitment list. And as soon as they heard Canadian and that I once played hockey, they just think that, Wayne Gretzky or something.
One of the big problems in ringette, we've talked to some of the officials, they'd like to speed up the game. And in order to do that, they may have to go to a shot clock. And we asked Marnie Gutfredson how much this would affect Manitoba's game.
Generally, it will affect the game of ringette. It'll make it a much faster game. It'll change Manitoba's style, because I know our style does deal with a lot of ring ragging. I think it would be better generally for the game of ringette. It would speed the game up, and we would just have to learn how to change our style.
Here we see Betty Shields, president of Ringette Canada, present the Jean Sauvé Cup to the Manitoba champions, the girls from Winnipeg. And as we said, 4 years, 4 times out of 5 years is not bad in any sport. Right back at it in the fall, all winding up with their national championships next year in Regina, Saskatchewan. So from Dollard, Des Ormeaux, back to Sports Weekend Control in Toronto.
Put your headset back on. We're going to chat.
Okay.
Welcome, Ringette fans. Second half action here coming up for you. 3-2, Waterloo Wildfire against Gatineau Fusion. A lot of energy in that first half, Gerald. A lot of energy from both sides.
Oh yes, I expected this game would be nice and tight. And Paul Yulden, when I interviewed him, he said we're trying to stay on top of this Gatineau team as much as we can, because he knows they're still a force. No matter, even though they beat them yesterday, they know that on the ice it was much closer than what the score was.
Than the 7-2 score.
Yeah.
And if you're Fusion, you're looking at a 1-goal differential here. What are you telling your players in the halftime?
There's still lots of time to go, so we need they'll need to attack and to take really good shots if they can. They want to try and tie it up or get ahead.
There are 2 goals so far today coming through the same kind of angle on Betke, just squeaking it past our 5-hole.
Yeah.
Is that the key, do you think? Getting those unexpected shots?
5-hole is always a bonus goal, I call it as a coach, because you're going to take it right down the middle, and the goalie should be covering it to make right down the middle. But it's it's supposed to be a low percentage goal, but believe it or not, it's about a 50% goal sometimes. So it's but corners, of course, and top, is always good. Make those goalies move.
Well, speaking of goalies moving, Edney has been absolutely fabulous today on the Fusion side. Just sliding across keeping tabs on all those cross crease passes that Wildfire has been attempting to make. But I think, and I've mentioned this before, I think they figured it out a little bit, because they now wait for her to make the move and then take that extra half second before they make the shot. But she has been fantastic. Just an extreme example of the athleticism of these players in the National League.
Yeah. Referees for today, we have Rob, who's been to the Worlds and Nationals. Nationals and then the Worlds. And then Laura, who's been to the Nationals and the Worlds. So we high-level referees for this high-level game.
And we'd like to thank all of those that support these games. The National Ringette League couldn't happen without those that are around supporting the players, including the officials. So thank you all for tuning
and volunteers, timekeeping, scorekeeper, shot clock. We want to make sure we always say thank you to everybody.
And another thank you to Burlington Blast for their collaboration in making this Cambridge Turbos Hub happen.
Yes, that's correct.
And we'll get started here in the second half of the action. 3-2 Wildfire as they get the first look with the ring here at center. Moving things into Yulden. She had a fabulous game last night. Hat trick with 2 assists. Taking 5 points in the last one. Still looking for her first goal here as the pressure on the Fusion defensive side forces Edney to hold it. Fusion will get their possession back at the free ring. Easy pass to Kiviaho. Slides it over to Senior. Now over to Yulden. Yulden shoots Edney.
Oh,
no problem.
On target.
That ice is fresh. Slid a little bit outside her crease, but gets it to her teammate. And that'll be a penalty drawn. She'll go to the bench. Fusion still with the ring. Looking to make something happen out of this opportunity. Trying to get it over the line into friendly territory, but can't. That neutral zone has been sticky all game so far. Both teams really fighting for possession in the center and making it challenging to get in and out of zones.
So hooking is the call. To 97, Nozzle.
Sydney Nozzle. 2 minutes in the box. Fusion now with the power play in the zone. Plouffe on the corner. Skating. Waiting. Makes the back pass. Over back to Plouffe. Just misses it. Moisin trying to get that, but it's batted away by Wildfire. Nozzle skating hard to pick up that loose ring. Over to Markle. Markle just manages to squeak it over the line.
Yeah. I think in this
Great
case, the passer didn't give her enough
effort.
time to move. She should have passed it over the line instead of at the line.
It all happened so fast.
Yeah.
A minute and 38 remaining on the penalty. Fusion at center. Chestnut sees the boards there with Forrest. Forrest fakes it. Decides to keep going wide. Coming around, drops. Back to Moisin, over to Plouffe. Plouffe fakes with the shoulder, over to Moisin. Moisin down low. Bit too much for Forrest, but she'll pick it up. Tries to get one through traffic. Can't. No reset there. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Time winding down here. Wildfire doing a good job of keeping that away as they continue to kill this penalty. 1 minute and 7 seconds remain in their own zone with the ring now. Dropping it over the line. Quick pass over to Kiviaho. Fusion playing that man-on system here. Really overwhelming that ring, especially when Wildfire is down a player. Chestnut fighting on the line here. 2-on-1 now. And that'll be the move it or lose it rule. We've had a number of those rules over the years, Gerald. We've got the move it or lose it most recently, but we had second stick for a while.
Second stick, yeah.
Always innovating.
Yep.
Would you want to explain move it or lose it to our new fans at
So
home?
move it or lose it is basically if you get the stick in the ring, you've got to, and someone's coming in to check you, you can't just stand there and wait for them to check. You've got to keep them move the ring out and make a pass or just skate with it. Either way, it's, you have to lose some movement and not just wait there and wait for the check.
Edney. Easy stick pass over to friendly blue jersey. Now picked up by Senior with Kiviaho. Yulden making the change instead of going in with her line. That'll start a bit of a domino effect here as Nozzle comes off the bench with Jacoby. Moves it to Senior, just a little bit too much in that triangle. Nozzle moving it behind her over to Jacoby. Up front, shoots. Edney was already down, but Jacoby had committed.
Yeah.
Back 5-on-5. Not much of an opportunity there for Fusion. Wildfire taking most of the possession during that power play. Chenier from behind her back, stealing it. Getting it over to St. Laurent. St. Laurent looking. Time winding down on the shot clock here. Ring still trying to make it through traffic. No reset, so that'll go over to Betke. Rachel Betke in net today for the Waterloo Wildfire. Those distinctive black pads. You always know she's in net with the black pads and the black catcher and blocker.
Oh, yeah, that's all
with the
different.
black stick and the black helmet. Yeah.
I just noticed it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Good call on that color.
Loose ring pops over the blue line into center. Now with Wildfire. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Yulden spinning, shoots. Edney gets a piece, maintains it in her crease. Kiviaho strong on that mark, not making it easy. Fusion eating away at the shot clock here, still not out of the zone. Now back over to Sydney Nozzle. She's got space. She moves, cuts across, gets tripped up.
Right across as she was going across
Draws
the top.
the penalty.
Yep.
Kiviaho
went down hard too, but she's not coming off. But she did go down hard. We felt it from up here.
We did. Yeah. An aftershock. It was a hard one. We just have to commit to everything with such speed that when things like that do happen, it's
25.
It's all very in the moment.
26.
So that'll be a power play opportunity now for Wildfire.
That's Chenier going in the box for Gatineau.
Yulden. It's Kiviaho. Kiviaho tries to give it back. It's a little bit off of target here. Fusion now making the support moves, but Kiviaho just, again, she's stuck on that ring, playing her mark so well. Was key in drawing that penalty by fighting for that ring. Nozzle had a good look. Now she's up front, gets the ring all the way over to the net. She was looking for Yulden as she streaked across the crease. Not quite, but back here, Yulden to Nozzle. Nozzle fakes it, keeps moving. Checked off, drop to Yulden. Yulden regrouping. 7 seconds on the shot clock, out wide. Cuts through, backhand. Finds Edney's glove. Just over a minute remaining in the power play here. Fusion now up front with Chenier. Chenier, back pass over to Wazin. Wazin, back pass. Results in a goal. Wazin
back pass.
Moves that ring to her backhand. Fires it home. Chenier with speed. Wazin gives Gatineau Fusion the lead.
66.
For the first time in this game. Just a beautiful heads-up play. Becky trying her best.
Just that back pass, and they know she was there, and then just finish it off.
Maxime Wazin giving her team the lead on the shorthanded play as well. So Wildfire still... Oh, sorry, we're tied up. Tying the game.
We're tied up, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. Tying the game. Right now with McLean, she breaks through the triangle. Managed to get close to the crease, but it's picked up. Now Fusion with Forrest and Chenier. Forrest to Chenier. Moving things around. Starting the cycle. Chenier spinning through traffic. 12 seconds remain on the penalty to Fusion. Managing to kill it in the offensive zone. Back to 5-on-5 here. Cycle continues. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Drop pass for St. Laurent. Came off the bench. St. Laurent drops it to Plouffe. Plouffe shoots. Gets a piece. Rebound will go back to Blue. Q. Now with a firing shot.
Another back pass goal.
Plouffe sends it home. Now they have their first lead. I was just predicting the future, that's all.
I know. But that back pass goal shot, what I mean, they must practice that hugely to have those things be so successful.
Sarah Plouffe.
Look at that. Look at that back.
Gets the pass.
Fire one. Just fools the goalie so much because they see the forehand and then they lose the ring when they do the backhand.
Well, Chantal St. Laurent also is a veteran talent. Again, one of 3 players in this league that remains from the year that the National Ringette League started, early 2000s.
Yep.
Just demonstrating that skill. Great combination there on that line. Fusion now with their first lead of this game. Kiviaho thought she saw Yulden. Not the right placement. Now Blue streaking in. 3-on-2. Firing shot on Betke. Rebound goes back to Plouffe. Plouffe making some moves across the top here. Drop passing it back. Wants to make the change. Violette. Faking it, shoots. Again, going a little bit center of that net. Betke gets a piece. Fusion gets their own rebound here, as the check on the stick gives the ring back to Yolden. Fusion fighting in the neutral zone. Getting it over the line with Moisin. Moisin. Violette, Violette. Moving it over to Forrest. Forrest faking, using the opportunity there created on that low pick with the lane opening. Can't quite get it on net. 7 seconds on the shot clock remain. Forrest over to Moisin. Moisin steps in, tries to put the ring through Granger's leg, but she gets a glove on that. Her low stance blocking it from getting over to Betke. Fusion covering well on that goalie ring. Violette. Keeping things wide as there's another change. A lot of time spent so far in this zone. Not a lot of resets here, but there's been about 3 now. Drop pass back from speed and a firing shot.
A bullet.
Starting the cycle out wide. Fusion starting to click here. Off an amazing shot with some strength here.
That was 18, eh?
Forrest combination, Morgan Forrest. She was part of the 2025 junior national team.
Oh, yes.
Showing some of her chops there.
Oh, yes.
That'll be her 10th goal of the season. And Nozzle now by herself, cuts through, gets a shot. Not quite there. I think she's looking for the 5-hole again on Edney. Nozzles both so good at just creating that space and speed in the zone. Anderson now back to Markle. Markle to Nozzle. Nozzle spinning, moving back to Markle. Markle back pass over to Anderson.
Oh,
Fans a little bit on that one.
A lot of back passes going on there.
Good sequence. Wildfire trying to close this gap. They've been up for most of this game. Forrest. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Coming around wide. Drops it back to Plouffe. Plouffe. Easy reset off the side of the goaltender. Continues the cycle here with the fake back pass from St. Laurent. She passes it low, not finding the stab. Wildfire trying to connect with Sydney Nozzle. She'll get it back to the defense, over to Kiviaho, back into center ice. Kiviaho throwing on the brakes, throwing off her man. Wasting time in the zone. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Fusion just putting on that pressure. Wildfire desperate for something here. Now back with blue. Long, easy lead-in pass for St. Laurent. St. Laurent waiting, recognizing there's a bit of a shift change here. Drops it. Sophie Chenier swapping into the zone. 6 seconds on the shot clock. She wants a reset. Back behind the net, looking a bit tricky.
Just missed by a quarter second to get that shot clock reset.
Fusion fighting back for the ring in the Wildfire territory. McLean now with Jacoby. Jacoby tried to plant it into open ice, but Bewald got tied up in that corner, couldn't quite make it. Floats over to Fusion. Fusion now. Short outlet across the way. Chenier fighting for it. Pops the ring
Cross
out
ice
for
pass.
Senior.
Look at that.
Senior turns on the Jets a little bit too
she missed
fast.
it. Not too often she doesn't miss those.
Violette. Chestnut moves it down low. Just over a minute remaining in this third quarter. Fusion still up by 2. Cycling. Chenier drops it back. Forrest has a look. Gets caught up a little bit in the triangle. Doesn't make its way all the way through. Chenier will get that back. The backhand pass fires it in. There's that key connection. Chenier knew where the down low play was going to be. That's the second goal for Morgan Forrest. Loves that low post. Got the last one. Now she takes her team up by 3. 46 seconds remaining in the quarter. Again, Chenier. She knew she was going to be there. Forrest connects with that ring, just fires it home. No chance for Becky. Wildfire with Markle. Markle with speed, fakes it. Back to Anderson. Anderson on the post. Saw an opening over Edney's shoulder. Made the attempt. And a crease violation will give it back to Wildfire. And Gerald, a 3-goal spread is not too bad in our sport.
No.
So those of you are wondering.
Lots of time to get it, to tie it up to if they wanted to. So
we're not too worried. No one's too worried about that.
No.
So Wildfire, they can do it. Gatineau's got to make sure they maintain this lead. They'll pull Betke to put 4 in the zone. Presumably. There's 3 right now. Is there a plan
Someone's
here,
killing
potentially?
Yulden will be coming in. So she's outside the crease.
Yeah.
Outside the line. Here she comes. She's in.
Now with 4 in the zone. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Yulden just a little bit too much there on the pass from Nozzle. 13 seconds on the shot clock.
They got better get down. The clock.
Down into the center.
10 seconds too.
To Senior. She knew there was a player
They
on
gotta
the
shoot
post.
now. They have to shoot now.
Kiviaho tries to get it through.
Look at that.
Finds
Look
a
at the
deflection.
action.
Kiviaho now down low.
Oh, on the buzzer, it was a shot.
Sydney Nozzle.
Look at that.
She was waiting. That could have totally been in. That was an exciting sequence.
That was going. So, as expected, this game is much closer on the ice than the score, but it's wow. There's lots of good action happening.
And what do you think Gatineau's changed to get this 3-goal lead now? Or what's been the key to that period for Fusion?
I think they've been working together more as a unit because when they're making those back passes, something's been practiced. Maybe you have to put out the right people at the right time. Maybe that's what they made some changes in the lineups. That could be it too. Here's a highlight reel. Oh yeah, that was the big save. Here comes another one. There's the big pass and in. That one missed the net. Okay, but again, right on track. And another big save by the goalie. This is all the Gatineau saves. And then this one's in the net. Yep. Again, right across the ice and popped it in. There's another one back behind. Another Gatineau save.
Yeah, it looks like we'll get started on this 4th and final quarter.
We play 4 quarters of 13 for the National Ringette League, and at the Worlds they play 4 15s.
Fusion at the center. Looking to continue this goal streak. There it went unanswered in the 3rd quarter. Wildfire want to make something happen here. Stuck in their own zone. Trying to fly through here is Aaron Markle. Here's the call from Granger across the way. Moves it over to Nozzle. Paige Nozzle behind the net. Moves it forward to Markle. Just in front. Had the space. Just a
nice weight. Getting over the blue line.
Bit of a slip up on that stab. Play quickly back with Fusion now. Sophie Chenier facing some heat from Paige Nozzle. Fires it low for St. Laurent. I think the ring got stepped on there.
Yeah, I think so.
So that'll be why the whistle blew. Again, Fusion, 4 unanswered goals in that last quarter.
I know.
2 from
They've just been flying.
Morgan Forest. Ring snuck over that Ringette line just briefly, but recovery here from Fusion. Forest looking. Back pass. That seemed to have worked before. They want to repeat. Sending 2-on-1. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Forest. Forest on the outside. Steps into the lane. Shoots on the far in the short post. Becky with her toe on it. And Chenier looking to see if the ref calls that a 2-line or if they noticed that I think she may have clipped that ring.
Yeah, that's why they didn't call it.
And the 2 on both sides. Now trying to move it into the center for Violette. She bats it over to Betke. Trying to settle that ring. Lands with Wildfire now. Battle along the boards. Won by Fusion. Now we want to start resetting this cycle here, getting a bit of a change as they do. Keeping it to the outside now with Chenier. Chenier getting the ring settled on her stick, keeping things out wide. Comes across the top, sees Forrest. Gets picked up by Moisin instead.
Oh,
shot on blocker.
Save.
Rebound with Chenier. Again, coming out wide, down low to Forrest. Forrest steps into it, shoots, looking for that hat trick. Not quite there. Betke strong on her pads. Moving things along the board, spinning out of harm's way is Jacoby. She finds the support. Granger being used over the line to settle the ring. Most of the shot clock now being eaten up. Still haven't made it over as Chenier steals that back for Fusion. Puts it into open ice. Jacoby trying to bat for it. Gets it. She's met again by Moisin. Staying strong on that mark. Over to Duncan. Duncan. There's no one on the other side for her. So she'll plant it into the corner.
Covering man on man. Got no.
Excellent coverage
Not
from
letting
Fusion.
them come in at all.
10 seconds on the shot clock here. Wildfire with Markle. A shoveling shot from Paige Nozzle. Gets it wide of the net. Markle tries that last second attempt for the reset, but Ring will be back with Edney. And no call on that play as Seagull swoops in to pick that one up. Rob with the long pass down to St. Laurent. St. Laurent keeping it along the boards. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Keeps it wide. Engages at the top. An easy one for Betke. Duncan still waiting for that outlet. Coverage on Yolden, but she manages to get it over the line, but not quite to a white jersey. Fusion using the D support. A little bit of a hybrid coverage here from Wildfire as they play a bit of a man on, but also a zone. That might be an indication that we need a little bit more communication on that play, though. Yulden to Duncan. Duncan facing a check from Moisin. Shoveling pass to Nozzle. Just a little bit too much heat on it. Amanda Moisin passing it back to her D partners. Now she's got 2 on her, picked up.
Yeah, they checked her well and got the ring off her. They stole it.
Both teams having some challenges here, maintaining possession and settling the ring. The neutral zone just being the battleground at the moment. Senior with Maxine Moisin covering. Again, tries to put it into the corner, but Fusion just picks these ones off with Chenier. Back over to Moisin. Chenier streaks in. Back from Moisin. had enough pressure there that she didn't get the shot where she wanted. Got one on the other post. Looked like it might have been a favorable bounce, but Becky kept an eye on it. And that'll get whistled down for both sides. Jacoby just stabbing that as she brought it over the line.
Oh, yeah.
Good eye from the ref.
Yep. Last game, too, is some nice, beautiful textbook blue line calls. They're going to go in the rule book for so people, the referees can see. This is what a real blue line violation looks like. Look at the people in front of the net. Oh, okay, it was
This
packed.
is a plan. You can tell this one will be a plan.
Let's see if Granger's going to go there, too.
It's possible that Forrest is going to take the shot off of this.
Oh.
Complete screen. And they move away. Wazen. Back to Chenier. Chenier. Coming around. Back pass. That's blocked off by Granger. Great stick in the lane here. Forrest not seeing what she wants. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Coming back around. Trying to find a pass across the way. Wazen over to Forrest on the line. Forrest shoots. Not in time for the reset. Becky. Glove drop just behind the net. And some challenging checks here from Maxime Wazen on Markle. I don't think Markle knew she was there. Keeps the ring still, but again, Fusion with the amazing back check here. Just putting pressure on and not allowing Wildfire to take control of this game at all. Plouffe. She's got a goal in this one already, using the space that's given to her. Trying to create something here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cuts in up front, pass back to St. Laurent. St. Laurent fires. She had a good look there earlier, but goes wide as time expires on the shot clock. Yulden to Kiviaho. Kiviaho has a mark but spins away. Now looking for some friendly territory to get the ring into with Nozzle. Back to Kiviaho. Drops it to Yulden. Yulden walks in.
Oh.
Shovels it away.
Yeah, didn't get a good pass off.
Nozzle. Fakes it. Comes across the top. Gets engaged with the line there. Good heads-up play from the Fusion forward on the line. St. Laurent had her eye on that one. Fusion at center. Brings it to Rob. Rob with the stab. Comes in. She's looking. Didn't see what she wanted. Throws on the brakes. Trying to get rid of Yulden. Yulden playing an aggressive center position there. And the shot on Becky stays with her. Ewald. Senior. She's here with speed. The triangle not ready for her. Shoots.
Oh.
Edney gets a piece.
Knocked the goalie right down with that hard shot.
Senior turning on the Jets.
Wow.
The triangle just wasn't set up at that point. She took advantage. Shot low, had some opportunity to go high, but she was really tight to the crease at that point.
You know, she's been doing like that since this league started in 2000, and she had to be at least 20 about that time. And now you do the math, 25 years later, she can still move moves like that. You know, that's fantastic. 25 years later.
Still got the passion, too. That's another important
Wants to
piece.
be there. Wants to play.
Now they pulled Betke. 4 in the zone here. They're desperate to start closing this gap as 4.5 minutes remain in this period.
Did they go 6? Only
5.
won 5. Only won 5.
Back over to Senior. Senior just a little bit out of position, a little bit too high to just immediately let go of that ring. Tries to make something happen in tight, pulls things back, gets reorganized into this adapted box position here. Nozzle down low over to
what
a firing shot here
it was
from Senior.
From Senior, finally.
Markle down low. Couldn't quite get that.
I think there was a rebound and then she got it by it.
Exactly. Ring pops out, rebound. Senior playing again that adapted box, so Senior slots right into the crease to act as that screen on Edney and also pick up any of those rebounds, and that's exactly what she did on that play with Markle down low. Ring pops off of Edney, and then it hits the defense. Senior takes it.
Yep.
Fires it home.
Fires it home. It was all
now
about the
within
rebounds. 6-4.
Fusion. Now with it, Forrest. She's got 2 goals here. Moisin makes the long pass over to Chenier. Chenier to Moisin. Moisin in tight. Wanting more of a reset look there, but the ring stays in the crease, so Wildfire stick with it. Moving it up into neutral territory. Kiviaho to Yulden. Yulden to Nozzle. Nozzle to Senior. Senior back over to Yulden. Back to Senior. Shoots
and she
in.
Got
That's
another one. 2 in a row
Senior
for her.
closing the gap. Those quick fire shots.
6-5. 3 minutes to go.
Clawing the way back.
So this is the time we say if it is tied after the 4 quarters, we will go to a shootout. So that's what we do at this level in league games.
And that was a heads-up play all around from the Wildfire because they were expecting to pull Betke, keeping an eye on if she was on or off the ice to count that 3 or 4 in. Knew that she wasn't quite out at that point. Kept the 3 in and the key there was keeping the ring moving.
Yep.
Senior,
Looks
obviously,
like
with the shot.
Gatineau's calling her timeout. That's good. So they only have 1 timeout at this level out of the 4 periods. So this was a good time to call it. So basically Gatineau says either A, don't give away the ring, or B, if you're going to take it for the shot clock reset, make sure you do it exactly where we want it to be done. So
you'll have 2 desperate teams, but 2 different flavors of desperation. One is desperate to maintain control of that ring, and that's Fusion with the 1-goal lead.
Yeah.
And Wildfire desperate for that tying opportunity.
And don't forget, yesterday when they played these 2 teams, it was 7-2 for Waterloo. So this is a whole different game. But you did say
that it was a lot closer than the score reflected.
It was. I'm just saying, the end result was 7-2. So right now Gatineau's ahead by 1, and so they want to try and get that win.
Do you think this play is a little bit more reflective of the even compete?
Oh yeah. Yesterday it was actually totally back and forth. It was totally a goalie game. So they're going man on here to cover them up.
Fusion wants to keep control here. Chenier.
Let's see who they have out. They have Nozzle, they have Senior, they have Markle. Maybe the Yulden line. Oh, they have Kibaho. Maybe the Yulden line will be out next.
Key here
the
for
only one missing on this line is Yulden.
Now over to Senior. Senior finds Markle. Markle wants to make a smart play here. Doesn't want to give away the ring because Fusion
Yulden.
will kill it.
Speaking of the devil, there's Yulden out.
Betke.
They pulled the goalie. Now they got
on
Yulden out. They should be going 6, though. They should be going 6 this kind of time. Because they need the goal. They need the goal, so they have to go 6.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Back up to Nozzle. Nozzle shoots, just goes wide. Yeah. No reset there. Ring will end up with Edney. Fusion wants to hold on to this. Fusion.
They've got all their top players out for Waterloo. No question.
Chenier, an experienced defense, trying to stay on that ring. Checked off along the boards. Kiviaho out with it now. Makes a pass. Starting the cycle here, Sydney Nozzle with Paige Nozzle. Yulden. And they'll add Anderson. She's had a few good looks. Paige Nozzle steps in, passes it back.
Oh.
She stepped into the crease.
Jeez. So close.
And that'll be a defensive free ring. A little bit of confusion there with the play being blown down. Refs have a quick chat, decide that's where the ring is going. 1:40 left in this game. Fusion wanting to use all the time and space they have. Great stab there in the zone. Moving it up to open ice, met by Chenier. He wants to move it quickly, but there's no one there. Ring just flung into the zone, and now 2-on-1. Give that ring back to Wildfire, but there's a call on that one for boarding. A lot of boarding calls in this game. You don't see that too often, to be fair. My very first penalty in my entire Ringette career was a boarding call. Because I remember it because I was so offended that I got a penalty. It was so shocking to me. It was like novice. I even remember which arena it was in. So that'll be a boarding call here. Just in the desperation for Wildfire to try and get that ring back, pinning Fusion against the wall. That is Sydney Nozzle. A little bit of a offensive power loss there. He's one of their top offensive players. So that'll put a bit of a damper on their attempt to tie things up here, though. 1:22. Ringette players, we like to think about the time at this point in reference to the shot clock. So about 3 shot clocks remaining. And it's actually more time than you think. So not giving up hope quite yet. And another defensive end ring here will give Fusion a look. Hopefully looking for some control here as we figure out how this is going to get played. Everyone's settled in the box. Fusion wants to keep their goalie in the net, so don't expect her to go anywhere anytime soon. But we'll watch Becky. Long pass over to Kiviaho, and unique opportunity here as Siegel loses her footing. Ring gets put into the corner. Again, another skate lost there. So now Fusion with it with Moisin. Long stretch pass to Chenier. Chenier calling for it, but wants to go for the skate for sure here. Despite being on the power play, they don't need it. They just want to maintain this 1-goal lead. Using all the available ice, Forrest now. They'll want to get the reset. She battles. Chenier doesn't realize how much time she's got, but fires it as soon as she does. Stays with Becky. Over to Senior. Senior needs an outlet. Harder when you're down a player. Yulden picked off at center. Forrest just snatches that ring up, falling to her feet. Markle now with the last attempt with Yulden. 20 seconds left here. Markle with speed, cuts in, makes the fake, keeps the ring, wants the opportunity to be clear. Becky heads up on the bench, 4 in the zone. Markle now shoots. A blocker save by Edney. Back out to Nozzle. Nozzle gets it out to the side. Yulden shoots. Edney again with the save, and that's the game. Fusion on top of that one. You can see Edney going, yes. 2 huge saves at the end there with the 4-on-3 opportunity. Wildfire putting everything they have on that one as Sydney Nozzle got the penalty in the box. Just a beautiful sequence there, though. Camera wasn't there, but the timing of pulling Becky and having the 4 in the zone, it was seamless. It's almost like they just did it. It just happened. Great communication there on that last attempt to try and tie things up here. But Fusion taking the win on this second matchup of these 2 teams this weekend. These 2 teams have now played each other 3 times. First, back in the end of November, 11-9 for a Fusion win. Again, close score. 7-2 yesterday evening. Now Fusion takes it 6-5. Looking for that key win as they start thinking about what do nationals look like. We have one final game coming up for you this afternoon. Attack versus Turbo. So these 2 teams are now done. Fusion heading back to Gatineau. Wildfire moving back to Waterloo. And they'll start preparing for their next hub coming up in February. Some great play from both sides. Really exciting to watch. I think the key here was Gatineau Fusion just hammering those shots in the third quarter. 4 unanswered goals to take this lead. Waterloo fighting back with 2 goals from Morgan Forrest. Couldn't quite make it through. But exciting opportunity at the end there for the Wildfire to try to tie things up. But Edney again, standing on her head. Yolden and Nozzle. That was the first look at the initial part of this game. Edney really setting the tone here for athleticism, making all the difference. Number of key saves, especially on those cross-crease passes. Giving her game. I would give her the MVP on this one. I know I don't really have any authority in this instance, but hey, if we did MVPs, I'd be giving it to her for Fusion. Excellent work in the net. And it actually looks like she'll be our player interview coming up here. As we walk through these highlights, give you a flavor of what happened. Really just an offensive clinic here, as you can see. Players at home, watch these highlights, take notes. Some beautiful plays all around. A lot of back passes. I'd recommend practicing those ones. And then just the hesitation as well on those post shots. And Senior showing her veteran talent, and 2 goals here. There's the second, firing at home, almost getting within 1 here. And we're going to head down to ice level with Gerald, and who I think is our MVP, Edney, the Fusion goaltender.
Emily, you are totally correct. Gabrielle Edney is the goalie from Gatineau Fusion, and they just won this game, and there was lots of action right in front of her. Okay? And qu'est-ce que t'as pensé de toute l'action?
C'était intense, mais c'est ça que j'aime. Qu'au Waterloo, ils ont des bons tirs, mais c'est un bon challenge. C'est le fun quand on voit beaucoup d'action dans le toit.
T'aimes l'action comme ça, hein?
Oh, oui, absolument.
C'est bon. What team did you play for before you came to Gatineau?
Oh, I've played for about a third of the league. I've played for Rive-Sud, I've played for Montreal, I've played for Nepean, which doesn't exist anymore. Now I play for Gatineau. I've moved around for school mostly, but I'm happy to be in Gatineau now.
What school are you at right now?
I'm at the University of Ottawa.
What program?
I'm doing my PhD in climate ecology.
Climate psychology, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with all the way to the Nationals, okay? It looks like you're going to have a good run.
Yeah, hopefully. We want to go all the way.
Okay, bonne chance.
Merci.
Oh, back to Emily.
Thanks, Gerald. Gabrielle Edney, my personal MVP of that game, stood on her head to get her team that win. A key win coming in that last game for Gatineau Fusion in this Cambridge Turbos hub, beating Waterloo Wildfire in a close one, 6-5, as we bring you the last game of this hub. Stay tuned with us. Thanks for joining. See you in the next one.